Hello guys, how are we doing and welcome back to the channel. As part of a yearly sort of tradition we have on this YouTube channel, I like to go back to a really early gameplay of the game we're nearly coming towards the end of and look at how I've gone from pretty botty gameplay, or what some would consider to be botty gameplay, to the point in where I'm at like 1% in the world, iridescent sort of level, which is about 1% of the world. And what I noticed in this really early gameplay that I've changed since then. So today we've gone to a video that I think I uploaded 10 months ago, the really early part of Black Ops 6 competitive. And as you'll notice, this isn't even rank play. This is literally Black Ops 6 8's hard point. I think it was BPL 8's. And you probably already noticed, what on earth is Harrz using this? So this was the Model L. This was up in contention for being the competitive AR. I used the XM4. I used the PP919. There's a bunch of guns and a bunch of things I make mistakes on in this gameplay that we're going to be highlighting today. Now, obviously, the point of this, it's a little bit nostalgic, but the point of this is to go, to hopefully emphasize to you guys that nobody starts really good at the beginning of a COD game. Obviously, there's some element, I've played COD for years, there's some elements of this gameplay that you're probably thinking, oh, that was pretty good, that's pretty smart, good shots, whatever it might be. But generally, we all have to go on a journey every single ranked play. And it's really important that we recognize the growth we've actually obtained throughout the year. And as a result, part of this video, I want you guys to tell me where you started or where did you finish actually on MW3. What was your highest rank in MW3 and what was your highest rank now? I want you to boast. Okay, this is your chance to get in the comments and say, hey, I actually managed to reach whatever it may be this year. Last year, I was only gold or whatever it might be. Boast down below. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear how much you've managed to improve upon this year. And I think it's quite fun for me to look back at how I've improved myself in the last 12 months or so. So, so this, as you can see, I'm using the PP919. We're going to be picking out a couple of things that I noticed in the video. And what I like about this, and I think at this point, my sub goal's just popping up there because this is a YouTube video. Thankful to you guys, I've actually doubled that right now, which is absolutely baffling. So yeah, I think by this point, I sort of barely knew callouts. As you can see, I barely knew the map. So this is really, really early stage. So the mistake I'm making here, clearly I'm lacking some sort of, I'm just going to pause it. I've lacked some sort of map knowledge because as you guys know, if you're a fan of ranked play, you're not going to want garage control here. Garage control just gets you stuck in this horrible, horrible, horrible spawn trap. And you can't get out of it. So the fact I'm pushing down garage control just tells me that I just didn't understand how the map played or how the map worked or how the spawns worked. I think the ability to use this cover was pretty good. But yeah, I think trying to play for that garage was obviously a silly thing. So that's one thing I've definitely improved upon, is that I have a little bit more awareness of spawns and whatnot. And that's helped me out from now on. I'm just going to turn this down a tad. That's all right, actually. Now, I think another part that you can take away from this maybe is also when you go into Black Ops 7, which is in a couple of months or literally a month's time or so, what things do you still fail at? What are your weaknesses that you can identify when watching your own gameplay, okay, that you can translate to Black Ops 7? And that's sort of what I'm trying to do here. Obviously for the current game we're in. So as you can see here, I've got a lot of emphasis towards back garage, and as you guys know, this simply isn't right. So part of improving this came from just doing my spawn guides, and doing my spawn guides I'm obviously learning. As I say, if you want to improve in Black Ops 7 and you want to know where to push and what pressure points to hit on the map, you're going to want to watch these spawn guides that I'm going to be really hot with coming into Black Ops 7. But generally, I'm winning my gunfights. I've got good use of movement there.
Fucking kill.
And because I've got a sub out, I know to not venture into the long lines of sights, which is massively important.
Deep. Yeah, I spawn behind him.
Playing for this kill, obviously. I just don't know where this player where I got shot from. And the PP919, that is one of its strengths. It does absolutely beam. Now, I don't seem to have a lot of pressure towards the hill. I think I'm a little bit scared because I do have a submachine gun.
Where's the
fuck is he on time? Like,
he's underneath. You can walk back.
See, going forward into this, I think next time I approach this hill, obviously I'm going to wallbang it before I even get near it. Like, I've got to throw my stuff. I've got to, put some damage out before I even try and slide across there. What I did there was a little bit silly, in my opinion. But yeah, again, that's just through playing a little bit more.
Okay, I have that fucking ammo. I'm stunning upstairs.
I don't mind my stuns there. My stuns there is pretty good. I just get beamed from top. And obviously the team are also a little bit unaware. I think I heard a little bit of a comment that people didn't even know you could get under the stage at this point. So it's super, as I say, this is super early days.
Nice. Underneath.
Yeah.
Gosh, we clear the hill.
Yeah, actual pitch. Oh fuck, all four here.
So I like the fact that I'm not challenging that player. I'm not quite that poor of a player at this point in game. Go for a little pinch, try and catch a couple people off guard here maybe. And I'm stuck with a sub, and obviously this is not the hill to have a sub because you are pretty much forced to push this room here. There's 3 of us in here. Do I need to be in here as well? Probably not. And again, these are the habits that through just playing and recognizing these mistakes that I've cleared out by the end of it. Because I don't think at this point you wouldn't say I was iridescent level at this point whatsoever. If you compare this to a gameplay I uploaded more recently or someone else uploaded more recently, it's a world of difference. The game itself is completely different. I've obviously pulled out the XM4 now, which is a lovely gun.
Probably getting fucked.
And again, it's just learning the map. I think part of that was just I didn't realize that was wallbangable.
One's behind me. He's gonna take one of them.
You do want the trophy spawns for this side, and obviously I'm aware of that. Or I don't think I'm aware of that. I just happen to be spawning here, running forward.
I mean, I'm getting naded, like.
And then I'm running away. Obviously, I've just got 2 down. I'm terrified of dying here. I should have just put pressure on the hill. That's silly of me. But again, I don't know whether that's because I'm misreading the spawns. I don't know whether that's because they're coming this way. But my shots are looking good. I'm just not helping my team here.
2-2-2.
Yeah, and I clearly just have no idea what the map, where the map is. I am rotating. Actually. I don't mind that.
One's in new already weak. Dave is weak.
Some poor shots there, but I think there's no aim assist on these hedges, and obviously nowadays you aim with your left stick rather than your right stick on this hill, on that hedge at least.
I'll get you outer.
Love that.
One out now.
There's 2 of us on hill. Definitely don't need 2 of us on the hill here.
Got our tickets.
And that's unfortunate. I looked a bit stiff there. Do you know what I mean? Like I think nowadays when you're contested on a hill like this, you know exactly where they're going to be. Okay, they're not going to be here because they'd have just shot me. The only corner they can really be in is that one there, and I just sort of stood there a bit like a melon. If I take that back a couple of seconds, I get that kill, get a contest, and I'm not even pre-aiming, and it's just like, that is silly, Harry. What are you doing? And again, that's just a way in which, through playing and learning the typical places people were sat at, I'd have probably approached this gunfight differently. I maybe would have slid in, or I probably would have got to a different set of stairs and tried to beam them through the other doorway, but I just wouldn't have done this. This is just clearly not the right play at all. And again, yeah, that's a clear and obvious sign that I'm new to the game.
Nice.
I'm hoping you're seeing here. This is not how I play now. Like, this is most definitely not like the gameplays you see of mine more recently. If you watch the stream, this is clearly definitely not how I play now. Like, outside of the guns I'm using, this is just not, not how I play. I am rotating to P2 here, which is nice. So I think fundamentally I'm playing the game right. And if you guys can, transfer your fundamentals from Black Ops 6 into Black Ops 7, you're probably going to, start relatively strong. So I think so far all that I've really pointed out for me is just the knowledge of really specific moments like spawns. Sorry if you can hear the ice cream van. Like the spawn knowledge and the positions that people tend to sit. It seems to be what I'm lacking right now. I've got a good read on players spawning behind me here. Teammates are getting good kills. We're looking for one. Where could they be?
They spawned by side.
Okay, my trophy's gone.
Nice 3-piece, Harrz.
Guy's stunned.
And this is nice. Like, I'm not having to track back for the hill. I'm sort of trusting my team in my back here, and I think this is something I'm going to try and carry forward to Black Ops 7, and this is something I've obviously tried to carry forward to the rest of the gameplay throughout Black Ops 6. But this is nice, the fact that I'm happy holding these stairs, and our team can trust I'm holding these stairs. I've got another teammate sat on the hill. I've got a couple of teammates sort of sat at the other side of the hill, and the enemies just really can't get anywhere near us. This is a really nice hold here. The only thing I'm concerned about is my window to the right, which I am open.
No. Next hill.
Where you can't see, my face comes in the way. Nice.
Next hill's like in the stairwell.
Teammates just spawned behind me, and I've recognised that I'm instantly moving.
What's close to me? What close to me?
And we're fine. We're 25-9, guys. We're 25-9. So I think this just shows, like, although this may look like a terrible gameplay, like, I'm not playing anywhere near as when you watch the Iridescent players on Twitch, even if it's not me, they play far better than this now. Clearly, everyone's worse at the start of the game. Okay, and I hope this makes you comfortable in, you know, the early start of the game. The early time, like around the game, is when you want to be making mistakes. This is when you want to be playing these 8s as much as you can, so you can, you know, make the mistakes early on. You know then where to check. You know where the spawns. You sort of get used to where the spawns are. As long as, like, when you're playing in these sort of environments and you are playing in 8s, you get in the reps and you're trying to learn as you go. And my teammates are spawning garage, and I think I've sort of discovered that you don't want to be spawning there. Good read from that player.
Switch kill cam. Dave's weird, man.
One's coming out Eskies, one coming out Eskies, coming out Eskies.
He's not charged yet. He's not charged yet. Oh, he's just laying down at the bottom, trying to kill.
And again, we're just spawning garage. We don't seem to be prioritizing. We don't seem to be prioritizing the spawn outside of garage here, which is obviously costing us a little bit.
Dead on hill.
And I don't read the spawn behind me because I know for a fact they're spawned behind me. Definitely haven't read that.
I think they're spawning garage. They're spawning back garage.
Teammate's calling out though, so shout out to teammate. He's got early spawn knowledge. But yeah, clearly my spawn knowledge is not up to par, and that's costing me a couple of times in this gameplay.
Still spawning in.
Oh, behind you. To your right.
Pull out the XM4 again. We'd love to see it. What an overpowered gun this was, by the way.
I'm on new.
Yeah, I'm coming now.
And again, I'm looking this way. I don't think the enemy's really going to be coming from this way. They've got to be coming from old, so you can see I'm a little bit unsure. I think when you have the confidence in knowing where people are spawning and where they're coming from, you can do this. You know, you don't have to be guessing like this. You can just trust your teammates to get that, and just look. You know, there's uncertainty in my gameplay here. You can tell I'm not 100% confident.
They flipped, they spawn where you guys are looking.
Okay, now they're flipped. Now they're flipped. Good comms from the teammates as well.
Dave is mid.
And generally, I actually don't mind what's going on here. Now, obviously, every year you're playing Call of Duty, you're hopefully going to get to a point and then improve, like, and then stay, and then get to a point and stay and improve. You know, like, that should be how it is. So obviously, I'm better at the start of this COD than I was the last COD because I'm like picking up new skills and knowledge and things like that. So I'm obviously not terrible. So it's nice to see that, like, some of the fundamental benefits I have carried through to the rest of Black Ops 6. And it's like, I'm not just sat on the hill hiding at this point. I'm just trying to play offensive gunfights and just maybe not even let them get to the hill myself. Which is, I think, a really nice attribute to have.
He's definitely under right too.
Yeah, I died, but teammates are there, clean up, and I think we got most of the hill anyway. So yeah, as I say, so far it just seems to be the fact that I don't have much knowledge of where enemies can be. I'm just sprinting like that towards Tickets, which is a hub of the new hill, which, yeah.
I'm streaking.
Nice use of streak. I was hoping I was going to use it this time.
Take it. Yeah, one's in close,
Shit streak though. I've cleared my use of that Hellstorm missile has definitely improved since last time. Now that is an obvious mistake for me there.
One's in close.
Okay, I called that in. My teammates have just died to my right. I've literally just spawned in and ignore this player on the red dot. Literally ignore him.
Ticket booth next to it.
My teammates then continue to spawn out, which I should know and I should, like, immediately notice, and I just don't. So that would have told me that there's definitely someone in here, even if I missed that red dot in the first place. So again, my spawn knowledge just isn't up to par. I think I'm focusing way too much on the hill here, and I need to be focusing on the better spawns. Again, it's just they're things that you pick up from playing more, learning spawns, and just learning, like, habits of enemy teams when they're in a certain position.
I'm right under Ticket. Tell me when you speak.
It's actually quite nice to see, though, the fact that I'm not having to start from scratch at the beginning of every year. I'm not like a complete idiot going into the start of the year, which means hopefully going into Black Ops 7, I'm pretty alright still, you know.
They didn't get splits at all.
Again, this is vital. This is really nice. The fact that I'm prioritizing the steps here instead of just sitting on the hill is lovely. Like, if you sit on the hill here, you're probably just going to get picked off because you don't know where they're going to be coming from. But I've already, without having to do the spawn guides, because as I say, at this point, I hadn't done the spawn guides yet, I've already established this as a really nice point because I know I can see the entire hill from this area pretty much. So this is nice. I think that was a weird glitch. Right? I can't see my teammates on the minimap at all here, so this is bizarre. I think it must have been an early glitch in the game. But generally, I'm happy with this sort of play style.
I've got time.
Like, the time's open, but I've got this really important part of the map covered.
One front.
Cheeky wallbang there. Always try wallbangs. Start of a game, always got to try wallbangs. Find some nice little spots. And especially when it's made out of tin or a different material to like the rest of the wall, you can normally wall bang it.
One shot.
One came behind me. Came behind me.
Nice pressure. Do I get the third?
One shot.
Ooh, and
I'm like running back. He's
nice
on the
kill,
hedges.
Tice.
On the hedges.
Get down the hill.
He's him, yeah, he's stunned though. I'm coming back.
I'm using an AR in this zone. Probably isn't smart. Let's see how it goes. All the XM4 is a really fast AR.
Middle.
Weak on time.
Nice. One's on the right side.
Again, my movement's not awful. I think that my aim is okay. I think my aim could be better here. But yeah, generally a solid gameplay. I'm actually quite happy with that. I don't think I was massively a bot. I go 40 and 16, of course. But there's a lot of things in there that you've probably noticed yourself that I definitely would do better nowadays, or a lot of Iridescent players do better nowadays. So just to recoup a couple of these things,
You can wall bang it. You can wall bang
Dude, one
it.
behind.
my shots are okay. My shots are still okay. My movement here, although I can play in slide cancel and whatever it may be in this gameplay, I'm suffering from the fact I just
Oh, boys.
things are unpredictable for me still. Okay, I haven't got the reps and I haven't learnt the patterns of enemies' movements yet. So when I do move, it's like not as useful. Like the P1 example where they contested me.
Oh, fuck. All four here. All four here. Or three, maybe.
My spawn knowledge is obviously leaves a lot to be desired. My general strategy on the map leaves a lot to be desired.
Stun me.
So yeah, I think they're the biggest things. I think generally though, my shot seems to be okay.
Bro, he's on the camera. Nice.
I'm not pre-firing anything. I noticed that's one thing I haven't done at all this game is I haven't pre-fired a single thing. That's something obviously you want to try and do, but I think that comes from knowing where enemies are going to be from, i.e. where they're spawning. So yeah, I think the biggest difference this year for me is knowledge, okay? And obviously that might be the biggest difference for you this year if you know, at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to become cracked instantly, like physically, over the course of the year. And that's why I think learning spawns, learning the things that you can't just, it's not raw skill, like the knowledge, game knowledge and those sort of things are so important because it can make you go from looking like this to looking like a top 1% Iridescent player. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. This is quite humorous to watch, to be fair. I can't believe some of the stuff I'm doing and the guns I'm using. It does take me back to a nicer time where the game was still fresh. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now.